Hi guys, salut tout le monde. I'm Maya and I'm French.
I'm Charlie, I'm American.
And welcome to part 2 of the phonetics videos. Today, in this one, we're going to talk about the liaison.
If you haven't already watched our first phonetics video, go ahead and check that out before you watch this one. It's going to build off of what we covered in the last video. So like I said in the last video, I took a class last year at Middlebury College. I started my master's in French there, and I took a phonetics class, and it was like a 30-hour long class, and it was great. And so that's where I got a lot of these exercises from. There's also this book. It's got a lot more exercises in it. It's got a CD as well. So I recommend you pick that up if you're looking to do more exercises. We'll leave a link to that down in the description. Les liaisons obligatoires. So the mandatory liaisons. Yeah, so these are the ones you're going to get all the time, no matter what.
Let's go over some examples.
Yeah. So the first one is déterminant plus nom. I think of it like something that determines how many of the noun there are. So un ami, un ami.
Then you have deux enfants, deux enfants. Ces exercices, ces exercices.
Plusieurs heures, plusieurs heures.
Quelques années, quelques années.
Yeah. And so those are examples of déterminant. The next is pronom personnel plus verbe. So personal pronouns and the verb.
So again, it's obligatoire.
Yeah.
Mandatory.
On imagine. On imagine.
Vous appelez, vous appelez.
Il écoute. Il écoute.
Ils arrivent, ils arrivent.
Yeah, so any personal pronoun, you're going to get the liaison. Number 3, préposition monosyllabique plus mot suivant. Dans un an. So the first one, dans, is a preposition. Dans un an. And the second one, un, is actually a term, déterminant. So you can see how, like, in a sentence, say, like, you could say, oh, okay, I'm going to get the liaison here because it's a preposition. Monosyllabique. The next one is déterminant, so I'm going to get that one as well.
Oh my god, it's really a science.
Yeah. This one's really interesting. Chez elle, or like chez eux. But you're not going to say like chez Anna. I mean, you're not going to get the liaison there. Like if it was like chez Anne.
Chez Anne. Yeah.
Chez Amandine. You're not going to get the liaison.
Yeah, with a name you don't do it.
Yeah.
Next you have sans alcool. Sans alcool. So we would say une bière sans alcool.
Yeah. Number 4, an adjectif qualificatif plus nom. So it's like an adjective and then the noun comes after it. En petit immeuble. En petit immeuble.
Un grand artiste.
Yeah, this one's interesting because it's actually a T sound. When it's a D, and you get that liaison, it's a T.
Un grand artiste.
Yeah. En bon appétit. En bon appétit. And when you get the liaison with the word bon, it's not nasal anymore. It's en bon appétit, bon état.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bon anniv.
Yeah, because if it's only bon, B-O-N, it's bon, and then bonne. The feminine and the masculine is that bon, bonne.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the liaison, it becomes almost like the feminine word.
Yeah,
but
it sounds like it's feminine. It's not nasal anymore.
Yeah, bon appétit.
Also, there are a few adjectives that they change. Like they're written differently and they sound differently. Like if I want to say beau with arbre, right? I would say un bel arbre. And you're going to get that liaison. Un bel arbre.
Yeah, it's still masculine.
Yeah.
Like it's still a masculine word. But yeah, it changes totally. Un
Yeah.
bel arbre. Un bel homme.
A beautiful man.
Yeah. Un bel homme.
Same thing with nouveau. It's going to be nouvelle, but it's still going to be masculine. Un nouvel étudiant.
Un nouvel étudiant.
And then also with the word vieux.
Vieux becomes vieille.
Yeah.
But not written in the feminine form, but in the masculine. And for men, let's say, we say un vieil homme. Un vieil homme. So it's the sound y twice. Vieil homme.
And then also still with the adjectives, when it's plural, you're going to get that S at the end. De bonnes affaires. De bonnes affaires.
Or de grands appartements. De grands appartements.
So number 5, an adverbe monosyllabique plus mot suivant. So we have bien and très. You're going to get the liaison. Il est bien arrivé. Bien arrivé.
Yeah.
But you said, one time I asked you if you can say bien anglais. Enfin, il parle bien anglais, and you said that passes, like that works.
Ouais, il parle bien anglais. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the spoken form, I guess, spoken language, we kind of drop certain rules. I'm sure it should be il parle bien anglais.
Yeah.
But you can hear the
Yeah,
other
so
one.
a lot of some of these there's a little bit of give and take. I mean, depends on the context.
Ouais.
Elle est très occupée. Très occupée. C'est très important. Yeah, that's one you want to get. So number 6, les mots composés or les unités sémantiques. It means like words that kind of go together, and they're just said that way all the time. Like les États-Unis. So you'll see when we show you the liaisons that you're not supposed to do, you normally wouldn't do that. You wouldn't, because état is a noun, so you're not supposed to get that liaison.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But because it's the name of a place, I mean the name of a country, and just everyone says it like that. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Like les Champs-Élysées as well.
Les Champs-Élysées. Yeah.
Because a champ is like a field, so it's a noun. You're not supposed to do it, but it's a place. You know.
I mean, again, all of these things, there are rules, and you might not. What you're saying right now, that it shouldn't be, maybe you didn't think of that, and when you're going to speak French, you're not going to think of all that. You're just going to hear things a lot, and it's going to sound natural to say it a certain way after a while. And so yeah, don't worry too much. It sounds it's a bit scary, like all these rules, but it will take time, and practicing, speaking, and like talking a lot with people and hearing it a lot will help you a lot.
Yeah, after a while, I mean, you don't really think about it so much, but if you wanted to analyze it, you could. It's just frustrating sometimes, because I used to ask people, why do you say it like this and not that? And people couldn't explain why.
Yeah.
And that's why I really enjoy knowing all these rules and why things are said the way they are.
Another example is c'est un sans-abri. Un sans-abri.
Yeah.
But again, I guess you could do the liaison and say c'est un sans-abri.
Yeah.
But personally, I don't speak like that, and people around me don't really speak like that in everyday language, you know.
Yeah, but maybe your grandpa, maybe he might say it like that.
Yeah, or again, like depends where you're from, economic background, etc. But yeah, c'est un sans-abri. Un sans-abri, you will do the liaison though.
Yeah.
Because it's un mot composé.
Now for les liaisons interdites. So the forbidden liaisons.
Yeah, okay.
So these are the ones that you're not going to do ever. You're just not going to get the liaison with these ones, okay? So you're not going to get the liaison with a noun, the last consonant of a noun. Like un étudiant américain. Un étudiant américain.
Ouais. It's not un étudiant américain.
Yeah, because it's a noun.
Yeah. Un étudiant américain. Or another example would be un enfant intelligent. Un enfant intelligent. So we don't pronounce the T at the end of enfant. Enfant intelligent.
But again, exceptions would be les mots composés, like we explained a second ago. You're not going to get a liaison with the last consonant of a verb. Like, il prend un café.
Il prend un café.
Yeah.
So it's not il prend un café. Il prend un café.
Il voudrait un thé. Il voudrait un thé.
Ouais, il voudrait un thé.
Number 3, la liaison est interdite avec la consonne finale d'un adjectif qualificatif suivi d'un complément de l'adjectif. So
let's go.
We're going to give you some examples of that, okay? Like, il est bon en maths. So we're not going to get the liaison with bon, right? We're not going to say il est bon en we're going to say il est bon en maths.
Yeah. In this sentence, like if it was feminine, elle est bonne en maths, then it works. But if you say il est bon en maths, I would automatically think, oh, he used a feminine form, like he made a mistake. The person made a mistake. You know? Another example would be il est mauvais en langue. Il est mauvais en langue. So it's not il est mauvaise en langue. Again, I would think that the person misgendered the word and used it in the feminine form. Il est mauvais en langue.
Number 4, you're not going to get the liaison with the last consonant of an interrogative adverb. Example, combien on réussit? Combien on réussit?
Combien on réussit?
Yeah.
Another example would be comment atteindre ce but. Comment atteindre ce but.
Yeah. It's funny, a lot of these things are not something we'd probably say in real life.
Right.
Us personally. But it's just the principle, just the concept.
Yeah.
Exceptions.
Yeah.
Comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous?
Yeah.
And my teacher told me that it's not like a real question. It's like saying, how do you do in English? It's not, it's not something that I hear a whole lot. But yeah.
I mean, it just sounds really formal. Personally, we don't really say it. Even in a like formal or professional setting, it's too formal sometimes to say it like that.
Yeah.
Some people do use it, like
Yeah.
no problem, but around us, we don't really hear that.
Yeah. It's just funny how my professor said it's not a real question. Like if someone asks you this, they really don't care. Like it's just something you say like, oh, hello, how are you?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. But with the word quand, and you're asking a question, that's when you're going to get the liaison.
Yeah, for example, quand est-ce qu'il commence? Quand est-ce qu'il commence? Again, the D becomes a T sound. Quand est-ce qu'il commence?
You're not going to get the liaison with the D, S, or T when an R comes before it. Okay? So, one example would be il perd un temps fou. Il perd un temps fou.
Il perd un temps fou.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And you hear how you're taking it from the R, right? Already, you're not going to do it because it's a verb, so you're not going to get the D, but because it's an R and it's part of the enchaînement consonantique, remember?
Yeah.
And then so, because it's, you're going to take it from that R because it's in the acronym CAREFUL. Il perd un temps fou.
Yeah, it's funny when you cut syllables per syllables, you recut the words in half, and
Yeah.
so it's perd un temps fou. It's interesting. Another example would be il est fort en français. Il est fort en français. So again, fort en français.
Yeah.
Number 6, you won't do the liaison with a nasal sound.
Yeah. Like un pain au chocolat.
Un pain au chocolat.
I used to say that. I used to say un pain au.
Ouais.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that actually.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of students say that, but it's supposed to be un pain au chocolat.
Yeah. And I never knew why, but actually it's a noun, so you're not going to do it, and it's also nasal. So you see how there's like overlap with a lot of these rules as well.
Another example, une fin inattendue. Une fin inattendue. So yeah, it kind of asks for more like energy, I guess, to like really not do the liaison. Like it would maybe be easier to say une fin inattendue, but it sounds silly, it doesn't work at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, une fin inattendue.
Un jardin exotique. Un jardin exotique. So nasal sound, but still a noun. So again with the overlap.
Next, number 7, you don't do the liaison in front of
H
H.
aspiré.
H aspiré, the French H. So for example, il est allé en Hollande. Il est allé en Hollande. En Hollande.
And again, we explain what the H aspiré is in the first phonetics video. So if you haven't already, make sure you check that out. This video will make so much more sense.
Yeah. Another example, il a loué un hangar. Il a loué un hangar. Yeah, here it's like two nasal sounds. It's tricky. Un hangar.
Yeah.
Il a loué un hangar. Next example is kind of its own thing, but you'll understand why. Ces héros sont connus. Ces héros sont connus. So you don't do the liaison. You don't say ces héros sont connus. Here it's not much because of the whole, is it a Latin word or a Germanic word? It's more because if you do the liaison, it will sound like the word zéro, which means zero. So yeah, you don't do the liaison for that reason.
Yeah, because they don't want, the heroes of, the country to be called zero. And
Right.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Ces héros sont connus.
So you're not going to get the liaison with the word et. Like un pain et un croissant.
Un pain et un croissant. Son appartement est grand et clair. Son appartement est grand et clair.
And for the last one, you're not going to get the liaison with the word ou.
Like, for example, tu y vas ou tu restes ici? Tu y vas ou tu restes ici. So it's not tu y vas ou tu restes ici. Yeah.
So that's it for this video. We hope you found it helpful. Again, it's not really something you can learn through a YouTube video. I would really, recommend that you guys work with either that book, work with a teacher. I offer a class where I go into these, these concepts a lot more in depth.
Yeah.
It's like an hour-long class. I make you speak a lot. I hear your accent. I tell you what you're doing wrong, or what sounds good, what doesn't. And for those of you studying French at university, I would really recommend you take a phonetics class at some point. It really changed the way I speak French. I mean, it's my favorite subject, I think. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. So that's it for this part 2. Next, we're going to talk about la chute du E.
Yeah, that might be one of my favorite things in phonetics as well. It's really interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And see you in the part 3. Okay.
Salut.
Salut, bye bye.